Empress here, and I just want to say that I hope you're fabulous. You look amazing. So I've been inspired to do a video based on some turn of events here. It's kind of apropos that the sirens should be going off at the exact same time. You know, one of the habits, one of the traits of a narcissist is they steal. Okay? And not only do they steal money, and sometimes it's outright, like in my case, like siphoning it right out of your bank account, but sometimes they're serial borrowers, right? They'll ask you to loan them money for certain situations as a ploy to kind of where you then get hopes that they're going to be coming back to you. So they've got a sob story of some kind and they ask you to borrow money, and then you think, oh my gosh, great, they're coming back. And then, well, not so much. But they also steal items, okay? So I had mentioned in a previous video, you know, one of my dating scenarios, I had stayed the night at his house and he stole a pair of brand new jeans from me. And then when I asked him, because I had stayed the night at your house and then I had them on when I was at your house and then didn't have them when I went, he's like, nope, didn't have them, don't have them. It's like, you totally have them. Right? But it's kind of like a memento that they then keep for bragging rights, for proof, if you will. Well, today, as I was getting ready to do my makeup, I noticed that like 2 items at least that I know of that are part of my makeup are gone. And, you know, yesterday, when I had done my makeup yesterday and I had them. Now, granted, I'm in a car, so it's not really like a girl can lose much in the car, you understand? Like, you can find it rather quickly because it's a small car, for crying out loud. And I keep my makeup in a bag. There's the bag. But do you see it's right there by the window? I have a pillow there now, but when I ran into Safeway yesterday, I had left the window cracked too much. When I got back in, my gut had told me, you know, that window was rolled down a bit too much. So somebody could have easily just stuck their hand in and grabbed, you know, the 2 items that are missing. And I'm just going to say, I know it wasn't a female because a female wouldn't grab another woman's makeup because, especially brushes, because they've been used by another woman, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, unless she was really hard up, another woman would just want her own brand new makeup brushes. She wouldn't steal another woman's brushes, and again, unless it was just for a memento. But it just never ceases to amaze me the depths that narcissists will go to not to hold on, to try to keep you. Again, you know, the mentality behind stealing parts of my makeup would be, you know, if you can imagine, then she can't do her makeup and she can't look good. So I hate to break it to you, but girl was still able to do her makeup today. And I actually have some brand new brushes in this box here, but I just limped along because, you know, that's what us women can do. You find other ways to do it. But I mention this because women don't seem to realize, you know, the severity of this personality disorder. I also want to mention too in this video that it's not just romantic relationships or people that you've slept with or at one point had a romantic interest in. It can definitely be what you consider to be a friend, right? So another friend, which actually has the exact same name, right, as my fling, right? They're both Jimmys. So this is another Jimmy that I know. He too is a, you know, outright narcissist, and you know, the ghosting has started with him as well too, which I just find hilarious. Now this guy, just so y'all know, is pushing 60 and has asked me, I can't tell you how many times, you know, if I would be interested, and I can't tell you how many times I've declined. And yet I don't know if now he's gotten another supply, but, the couple of times that he's bought, coffee for me or a lunch or brought me something to eat, in my mind anyway, was evenly exchanged with the hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours that I have entertained his conversation. So, dependent upon whether or not you've ever been to my website, right now an hour worth of my time is $444, which is the cheapest it's ever been in years and years and years and years and years. So, it's intriguing to me that even in some situation where at least I feel I've been abundantly clear that I'm not interested in anything further, the same rules still apply when it's a friendship, right? If they'll still do the ghosting, they'll still do the, I'm sure, bad mouthing to people. I don't know how they, in their mind, right? We know a lot of the same people, he and I. And so, I've noticed the last couple of times that I've been associating with the other people, he blows out. Like, I had ran to go to the restroom, and when I came back, there was a couple of guys that were waiting to kind of chat. And so when he saw me, boom, he blew out. And I guess that's what he's going to have to keep doing now for as long as I remain in this car. And I don't know that narcissists think that far ahead, right? That at some point, if you've gotten, you have some of the same circle of friends, it's going to make it very difficult. And, dependent upon how long you've had these friends, a narcissist is very draining. So, like in the example with these other people, they were still waiting to talk to me, and he's the one that had to leave. So, it's like, I don't know that a narcissist really thinks through the process that if they had to choose between hanging out with the empath, who is a bright, ray of sunshine, or dealing with that, vampire of a narcissist, they're going to pick the empath every single time. And so the narcissist will slowly lose all of his compadres, all of the people that were at once, on his side or her side, will start dwindling because those relationships were not giving the people, right, any benefit, because a narcissist is a taker. So, I can only hope that Jimmy watches this video. I know he's an avid Facebooker. I have the feeling that he's a bit bitter because of, when I had talked about in last night's video some of the people that have helped, I hadn't implied on him. And it's not that I did that intentionally. When I was rewatching the video, because I actually watched it back last night, I thought, in my mind, I hadn't mentioned the night that I had gotten pizza from two guys. He had come by and bought me Taco Bell. And so I bet you there was a part of him that was kind of pissed off that I hadn't given credit where credit is due, because again, we know how much narcissists live for the praise. I did thank him, but obviously that's just not enough. So I thank you, Jimmy, for the Taco Bell, and I also want to thank you for when I went to get the Taco Bell and you asked if, he's like, you run across the street, that way you don't have to drive over, get what you want, and I'll watch the car. I had my window rolled down in the back for the dogs and my front one because I was here, and because he had said that he was going to watch the car, I left it rolled down, and then when I got back, he was gone. So my car had been fully left open because he had told me that he would watch my car. And I trusted him on that. And then he didn't do that. He left to go get a pallet from a friend. So, being as though this girl has everything she owns in this car and two full windows. Now, granted, I don't know if people would be stupid enough to put their hands through where the dog is, but they would the front seat. It just goes to show you how evil a narcissist is. and how non-empathic they are, i.e. can't possibly put themselves in your shoes to think, God, everything that woman owns is in that car. And he well knows that, right? But she left that window rolled down because I said I would watch her vehicle, and now I'm going to blow out. And, you know, we're not in the most highfalutin area on the island, quite obviously, right? So I just wanted to share this because a lot of people, again, excuse shitty behavior. And I just want to encourage you that when somebody doesn't follow through with what they say, when they outright lie, when they ghost, again, because, you know, I had sent Jimmy a text this morning and haven't heard. It's been, I don't know, at least 3 hours now. These are all telltale signs of a narcissist, okay? And again, the retaliation that begins to happen when you don't succumb to their advances or succumb to what it is they want from you are ample. And, you know, you can try to talk yourself out of it, like, oh, it was just, you know, he wasn't thinking, or oh, he's just busy, or, and it's not those things. It's an outright retaliation because you're not interested or you're not willing. So Jimmy, if you're watching, this Empress is not interested in dating a 60-year-old man. And, you know, I tried to be really sweet about it, and now I'm just going to be completely outright with it, okay? So I appreciate you not coming around, and I appreciate you not following up, because, you know, this relationship has run its course. And like I said to the last Jimmy, you know, I guess the exact, I won't even say what my exact 3 words were to the last Jimmy, but just know that we're pal, okay, brother? We are pal. And I hope you have a good rest of your life. So I just thought I would share that. If you have any comments or questions, be sure to email me, empressanswers@hotmail.com, and we'll see y'all on the next video. I love you. Bye.